Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this video. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As always, my name is Aching, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how I prepare a tart for T-A-R-T. Now, a tart is similar to a pie crust, but in this case, a tart, what I usually prepare for, I usually add some sort of curd into that tart, and you can use different ways. You can prepare a tart for seafood filling. You can put any type of filling, honestly. But in this video, I'm going to show you how I create or prepare the tart from scratch. It is, as I was saying, this recipe is very simple, and I think you will enjoy it or like it. So guys, if you have not subscribed and this is your first time watching this video and you have not subscribed, please, if you could please subscribe. Click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button, click on the like button, so that we can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I know we can do it. And if you already subscribed and you're watching this video, as always, thank you so much for your support. We are very grateful, and God bless you. So I already have my ingredients ready, but I'm just going to walk you through how I prepare this, and let me know what you think. If it's something that you've prepared before, if you have a recipe that you follow that is a little bit different from this, let me know. And thank you always for walking me through this journey. I am trying to kind of improve my baking skills. Baking is not for the faint-hearted, but it is possible as long as you set your mind to it. So let me walk you through the first part of the ingredients that we have for this recipe. So I've already pulled out my recipe right here. As you can see, the ingredients are here. I am going to use orange extract as the extract here. You can use vanilla, you can use any type of extract. I am just going to use orange for this recipe. I have my measuring cups. I have my butter. It is unsalted butter, and it is cold. It is cold butter, very important. I have 1 egg, which is cold, which will be very important for this recipe, for these two to be in cold temperature. I have powdered sugar, but I have here extra, so I'm just going to use this part right here for the powdered sugar. And then I have some salt that I'm going to be using, and I have my Tart pan right here. Really comes in handy. I'm going to set it aside, and of course we have flour. I have my flour right here, and then I am going to be using a blender. This blender right here is what I'm going to use to make this tart. So what I'm going to do, I am going to open this blender and kind of prepare it, because this will be very important. So we have our blender here, which is ready. Going to lift it just a little bit. Okay, we have our blender, and we have this wrap. It is going to be very important, but I'll show you as we go why it's going to be very important. So for our first part, we are going to add 1.25 cups of flour. So I'm just trying to create my working environment here. So we have our blender here, and inside this blender I am going to add 1 cup. There you go. That's 1 cup. I am going to proceed with adding a quarter cup, which is, oops, this right here. There you go. Perfect. We have that set. And then after this, we're going to set this aside. We are going to add 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. So we have our powdered sugar right here. We have our 1/2 cup measurement here. Just going to fill it with powdered sugar. Perfect. Just making sure I do not make a mess. And here goes our powdered sugar. Going to add here. And as you notice, I'm already adding the powdered sugar, the flour, and I'm going to proceed with about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm just using regular salt. I'm adding a pinch here. There we go. Perfect. And what I'm going to do now, I am just going to mix these so far. And I'm going to use a towel because it is flour, it can get messy. Awesome. I just want this to mix well. So that is good. That's our first mixture. I'm going to set it on the side as I clean my station. So what I'm going to do, I am going to prepare our batter. The reason why I need to prepare our batter is because we are going to have to add it already prepared in cut into small pieces. So what I'm going to do, this number right here, and then I'm going to cut it. Just taking my time. Get sticky. Perfect. Just take your time. And then I'm just going to do cut in the middle like so. And we're good. Right there. Perfect. And I'm going to rinse my hands. Perfect. So what we are going to do, we have our batter ready, and what we are going to do now, sorry, my mixture is touched, so gotta be very careful when you touch it. So what we are going to do, we are going to start adding our pieces of batter inside this. The same knife that we used, we are going to add our batter. And what we are going to do, we are going to run this mixture until this flour gets crumbly because of the batter. So I'm just rinsing my hands right now. Going to fold right here. Perfect. And then I'm going to pause this. So you can see the flour tends to this gets messy. That's why it's always good to have an extra towel on the side to help maintain the messiness. So we're just going to keep on running the pulse, because how you want to make sure that the butter has combined well with the flour is you don't see any flour kind of coming out the way it's coming out right now. So that means it's ready. So we're just going to keep on running this until it's ready. Almost there, almost there. Perfect. Just adding it there. I made a mess a little bit and I have some leftover egg whites, so I'm just going to add just a little bit to cover for what I messed. There you go. And then now what we are going to do, we are going to run this again, but we are going to run it only to the extent where we see crumbs have formed, like our dough has formed, and not too thick, like not a whole dough, but almost some sort of an example of a dough. So I'm going to show that, paying attention to the texture, what is changing into, mixing it. So as you can see, it is forming. Perfect. There we go. So this is the exact consistency that we want it into. So you can see, that is how we want it to be. So now I'm going to clean this station because we are going to have to use to form this into a dough. use my towel to dry this part. So our dough has formed into a big like lump, some of like large ball dough. That's why we stopped at this point. So what we are going to do, we're going to drop our mixture right here. Perfect. So this is how our dough has formed into. Trying to remove this extra pieces right here that we do not need. So trying to get these pieces on this side. Now what we are going to do, we are not going to work on this dough. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be very, very gentle. We are not going to add any pressure. We're just going to form it into kind of like 1 inch kind of round circle. We are not going to work on this at all. It's just forming it gently into this shape. So you can see how I'm manipulating the dough. I am being very, very careful. Perfect. Perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rinse my hands. And then we are going to just remove this, clean this pot. We are going to store this in the fridge for about 30 minutes before we work on it. So I'm going to do this number right here. I'm going to use a foil wrap to wrap it. Looking for the scissor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift it up, adding all this. Don't want to waste anything. And what I'm doing, I'm just wrapping it. As you can see, carefully wrapping it like that and like that. And there is our dough, our tart dough. Looks amazing. So what we're going to do, we are going to let this sit in the fridge, rest for about 30 minutes. You can let it rest for longer depending on the time that you have or the activities that you have, but as long as it rests at least 30 minutes in the fridge, and then you start working on it. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to check it and proceed to the next step. Now our dough, our tart dough has been in the freezer for about 30 to 35 minutes. and it is hard. You're going to use a parchment paper. Place it right here. You can use a foil if you have a foil instead of parchment paper. This helps to protect it from burning. And we're going to use our dry beans. I'm going to place them like so. And what we are going to do is just press them on the sides. We're just using the foil paper, not the foil but parchment paper, but you can also use a foil paper. And then you add the dried beans and the beans balls. You can use rice if you have rice instead of this. I'm just pressing it against the walls. Perfect. And now we are going to set it in the oven and then remove it and let it cool down. Our tart is baked and I removed it out of the oven and it has cooled down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just going to get rid of our baking beans and set them on the side. And what we are going to do, I usually like taking this ball like so because we're trying to release it. As you can see, it was so easy to release it from that. And then I'm going to place it right here. And here is our tart. As you can see, it looks amazing. It is baked very well. I'm going to leave the lower part of this baking tart here because I'm just going to let it sit, and then I'm going to be adding some type of card to this one and let it rest for some time. So please make sure you check out that video. But in this video, it was more of showing you how to prepare a tart. As you can see, the shape is it is firm, and I just love this. And you can let it cool down more before you you prepare it or add your card. It has to be cooled down. So when I'm ready to add my card, any type of flavored card, I'm just going to make sure that this is cool. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. This is one of my favorite recipe of preparing the card and see preparing the tart, sorry, and see how stable it is. I can move it up and down. It's an amazing recipe. This is an amazing type of dessert that you can serve when you have your card or your filling. You can put fruit fillings, but in general, it is an amazing finger food dessert while your visitors are waiting for the main food. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please do not forget to subscribe, and until next time, bon appetit.